I'll answer your question. Can you just answer mine first? You said it's all about belief. Where does it say belief?
I didn't say this chapter is all about belief.
Okay. All right. I'll try one more time. Are you willing to discuss this? But if you're not, we won't have a conversation about it.
Presupposes that the chapter actually is talking about
Yes.
salvation
Yes.
based on heaven and hell and so.
No. My question is, what is the criteria? I haven't told you what the answer is. I know what the answer
That
is.
presupposes the chapter is actually given a criteria, right?
One last time, and then I'm going to have to walk, because will you address the question or not?
I want to address it, but I think
For
that's
what?
a fair question that I'm asking you.
No, I don't want you to ask me questions. I want you to answer the question.
I'm not allowed to answer questions. That seems silly.
He's only ever answered them. He's only ever asked them because if you push him, then it's just
Can I have his help?
Not really, no.
Sure thing. What was the problem? Yep.
So
We've yet to address the issue.
It's the parable of the talents. He thinks this is teaching that works based on salvation. Like if you do bad, you go to jail.
It's deflecting.
No, that's not what it's teaching. No, it's not about salvation. It's about the idea. So the talents are essentially gifts. And God has given all of us gifts. And it is our job to use those gifts for the glory of God, to multiply them, to both benefit ourselves and other people. And so if we don't, then we are failing to please God, which is why it was also into the idea that essentially we are hopelessly sinning. So even if we're given the time, we don't use it.
So with respect, I just want to ask this gentleman here, we're having a conversation.
Yeah, but you said something wrong, and I'm just correcting you.
Thank you for the correction.
You're
now,
welcome.
Thank you. Now, coming back to you,
Now,
can I just...
Can we ask you a question? Is that okay?
No, it's not. I'm having a
Really?
conversation. It's not. Can I... we're having your...
May I ask him a question? Is that okay?
Absolutely. I'll be from.
Okay.
I definitely agree with.
We're talking about salvation.
Do you want to have this conversation or
in the
not?
Quran, Paul, if you believe read the
Or
Quran.
you're not
I think
happy...
other people should be included.
Why not?
But can we have a conversation for the first 5 minutes? Because he wants to talk about the Quran now, you see.
Yeah.
He's deflecting.
So
deflecting.
We can give him a few
I
minutes.
want to compare salvation.
Right.
If that's okay.
So coming back to the question that you and I were talking about before he jumped in.
We're staying on
Well,
the
what is the, and I'll one last time, because I don't really want to labour the point. If you're not happy with talking about the Bible, that's fine. But what is the criteria that Jesus explicitly mentions by which we go to paradise or get sent to hell in the Day of Judgment scene in Matthew 25? That's my question.
I don't agree with that premise and presupposition that he actually lays out such a criteria.
So what? Okay, fine. What is Jesus talking about in Matthew 25 in the Judgment scene?
Right, so this is a parable about the talents, and I agree very much with him. It's talking about gifts, and there is you can still believe.
Well,
in
where
the
does it say
concept
gifts? So just remind me where it says gifts.
of talents or gifts.
The analogy for gifts.
Where does it say gifts?
The analogy for gifts.
Okay, which verse are we talking about?
You said it was Matthew 25, correct?
So a few verses before 30, it shows that he's talking about.
No, that's the parable of the talents. You
Yeah.
see, well, he is confused. He's completely confused, this gentleman. He thinks we're talking about something else, the parable of the talents. We're not talking about that.
But I think this is what
Isn't that what you said, sorry?
No, it's not. He's confused and he's muddying the waters and completely changing the subject. It's you that are wrong, sir. We're talking about the judgment scene
heard
from
talents.
31.
I heard
All right?
talents.
So
Let's see.
that's why I want to talk to him, because he and I understand what we're talking about. You're introducing
Thank you. I
another
didn't get it
passage.
the first time. Thank you.
So it's not the parable of the talents at all. He thinks we're talking about that. We're talking about the judgment
So
scene.
Matthew 25, correct? All right. So we have.
So anyway, coming back to you, can we have a conversation?
I mean, we could have a private conversation.
Wait,
perhaps off
it is.
camera.
No, it's
it
not.
literally says that. It's about the
No,
talents.
it's not.
So I was afraid and went and hid your talents.
It's verse
in the ground.
31.
Sorry?
You're looking at the wrong place, dude.
You said 25.
No, I
Sorry,
didn't.
it
I
said
said
that.
31.
You
Because you're jumping in without being asked and not knowing what we're talking
When
about.
the
You're
Son of Man
confusing.
comes
The
in
thing
his
about the
glory-
camera,
Yeah.
now there's another camera like pointed directly
Don't
at
worry,
me.
Paul, stay with me.
No, I'm not. Because
Why
you're confused.
I'm going to read. When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels